and get it started here. Okay, so let's start on the ground here. What we're gonna do is start off hands and knees. Bring this down. Hands and knees in our space here, and we're just gonna get those shoulders kind of warmed up and moving a little bit. Today, earlier in Exercise with Exos, Jazzy programmed a lot of shoulders for us. We're just gonna kind of get those moving a little bit, use some of those shoulder muscles. So here with my hands planted right under my shoulders, what we're gonna do is a little bit of serratus activation. So I'm gonna let my body kind of sink down, keeping my arms nice and straight. My shoulder blades are gonna poke up towards the ceiling. And then what I'm gonna do, keeping my arms straight, is push away from the ground as much as I can. So kind of subtle movement here. We're gonna sink down, let those shoulder blades poke up, and then push away. Let's do 5 more. Slowly sink down, keep those elbows locked out. That might be the most difficult part. A lot of people want to bend the elbows with this. Let that torso just move in between those shoulder blades. Focus on that push as you push away. Make sure you're not rounding your back too much at any point. You'll notice that I'm not going too much into that kind of cow position. Spine staying straight pretty much. One more good push. Awesome. Nicely done, guys. Okay, next what we're gonna do is get into a little bit of a downward dog position. So extending those legs out behind us, you can push up. There's kind of downward dog here. One moment. All right, cool. So pushing up into that downward dog, you'll notice you'll probably start to feel a stretch in the hamstrings and or the calves. So we're just gonna hang out here for just a sec. I don't know about you guys, but my heels, my ankles are pretty tight. And so my heels are not touching the ground here. Now we got that stretch going on. I want you guys to alternate your weight in between those feet. So try and touch the heel to the ground on one side while simultaneously bringing the other heel up. And then switch, try and touch that other heel to the other side on the ground there. And we'll just alternate nice and slow here, trying to feel that stretch to the hamstrings and the calves. Good work, guys. My shoulders are getting a little tired here. We got 2 more on each side. All right, wherever you're at, slowly come on down. Hands and knees here. Nicely done. All right. Next, let's get into one of my favorite positions. We've been doing it a lot lately, and that is that Shin Box position here on the ground. So I'm going to start off with my left leg in front. For this one, it does not matter which side we start on because we are going to be doing that switch. So if your hips are really, really tight and you don't, you're not very comfortable sitting up in this position, feel free to go ahead and lean back on those hands. It's going to feel a lot better. So if you're leaning back on those hands, it'll just look like this. We're trying to switch our hips over to the other side. If you want a little bit of a challenge, let's keep that core nice and tight. Spread those arms out to the side, nice big T formation. And what we're going to do is use that core and flip those hips over. So let's go back and forth here a little bit. Ooh, feeling a little tighter than last week. Good work, guys. You might find yourself moving around on the ground. That is okay. Take it a second to readjust if you need to. Good. One more time, guys. Big switch over. And then last rep here. Nicely done. Practice makes perfect with that one. So keep practicing. If you're feeling those hips really nice and tight today, keep it going tomorrow and the next day. I'm sure you'll see some results by the end of the weekend. All right, guys, as promised, let's stand it on up. We'll do a little hip flexor work here. Make sure you can still see me all the way. Awesome. All right, guys, so muscles that flex the hips, quads, psoas. So let's get into a nice standing quad stretch here today, guys. I'm gonna start staying on my right foot, holding on to that left foot, trying to bring your heel all the way into the glute or as close as you can get it. And make sure that knee is pointed straight down. Don't want it to be out here. It's not a good quad stretch. You want it to be nice and in line with that second knee. Now, if you feel the need to grab onto something because your balance is suffering like mine is, go ahead and do so. But once you can get in that position, keep that core nice and tight. We're trying to feel that stretch, hopefully from the knee all the way up towards the hip. And then when you're ready, you can reach up towards the ceiling with that opposite arm if the balance is there. Good work, you guys. We're still holding this one. Couple more breaths. Nice, sit down. Go ahead and slowly release that foot. Awesome. We can bring that arm down. All right, when you're ready, let's get into the other side here. Might take a moment to find that balance, find that good position. That's okay. Trying to bring the heel in as close to the glute as possible. Have those knees pretty close to each other. And then once we get that balance, we got our tummy tucked in. You can reach that opposite arm up and exaggerate that stretch. Nicely done, guys. Slowly release that foot. Awesome. Okay, next we're gonna go back down onto the ground. Angle laptop down a little bit more. So let's start down here on our backs. What we're gonna be doing is ending with a couple relaxing or one relaxing movement, and that is just some lumbar rotation, some lower back rotation while we're laying here on our backs. Feel free to spread those arms apart. We're really trying to relax here. As you can see, my feet are a little spread out, knees bent. What I'm gonna do is just slowly let those knees just fall out to the side. You can let that opposite hip come up off the ground, it's okay. And squeeze those tummy muscles just a little bit, enough to get those legs up, and then let them fall over the other side. I'm just gonna alternate here, close out the week of stretch breaks with a nice relaxing one. Letting all the stresses of the day kind of just wash away for a few minutes. I definitely recommend getting outside these days, especially with the air quality being back to good. Just the good weather we're having here in the Bay Area. Wherever you're at, if you're watching this from somewhere else, hopefully you can get outside. Hopefully the weather's not too bad for you. Slowly just switching from side to side, letting it flow. Good job, you guys. This is uncomfortable in any way. Make sure to limit yourself. Try to avoid that discomfort. You don't have to push through it. I want to stay as comfortable as possible here. All right, guys, wherever you're at, let's do one more on each side. Make sure we're taking those deep breaths, letting those ribs expand and move all those muscles we have in our midsection near the hips as well. All right, let it flow back in the middle here. Let's take one more inhale and exhale here, just laying on our backs. Nicely done, guys. Okay, slowly make your way up. Take your time. That is all the time I have for you guys in the final stretch break of the week. Thank you guys for joining me. As always, stay safe out there. We do have our Zen in 10 program coming up next week. That's just going to be us, the Exos team, going through stretch breaks on our YouTube channel with you guys, trying to find that Zen and decrease our stress, improve our performance over time. It'll be nice and relaxing. Doesn't take a whole lot of time out of your day. You can watch it at any time, and they're just 10 minutes over 10 days. Also, don't forget, here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Forgot what I was saying. Stay safe out there, guys. Don't forget, Zen in 10 program is coming up next week. We'd love for you guys to join us. Look for more information on Slack on Monday, the 28th. All right, guys. Take care out there. Have a good rest of your day and week. Have a good weekend, guys.
Thank you.